Hello, Elite Marketing Pro family. This is Marinda from South Africa on Elite Marketing Pro's community for Daily Dose of Awesome. For those of you that don't know me, I'm a coach with Elite Marketing Pro, and I've been in the network marketing industry for more than a decade. So I was just thinking during the week, about some analogies that I've seen across the border in my particular network marketing teams. And it's the truths about David and Goliath. And so often it gets used with professional sport when you teach and coach, because there's always the underdog versus the person that's supposed to win analogy in it. So if you don't know me, I'm from a medical background. Like I said, 10 years in the industry, now a coach with Elite Marketing Pro. And I'm here today with you on Daily Dose, your 15 minutes of inspiration, education, and motivation to get your day just started right. So as you are hopping onto this live, please comment where you're from. And I'd like to give you a shout out and say hi to you. So I'd like to share with you 6 truths today about David and Goliath that will move your business forward. So as you guys are hopping on, please comment where you're from, say hi. And as I go along, I'll give you guys some shout outs. So the first truth about David and Goliath is it took preparation. So what did David do when he was preparing to slay Goliath? Well, he was for years and years tending his father's sheep. So he had a slingshot and he was aiming every single day repetitively, going through the motions of preparing and practicing the slingshot. So what is the relevance to you and I in our business career online and in network marketing many times? So if you are professionally preparing, if someone would check your calendar tonight to see how many appointments do you have, what is your schedule like, what would they find on your calendar? Would there be enough proof that you are seriously in a zone to move your life forward, move your business forward in the next 6 to 12 months? What are your daily deliberate actions? Is it being tracked somewhere? Where does it get tracked? Who are you accountable to? What are you currently reading? What are you listening to? So with Elite Marketing Pro, we get a recipe to follow, and the recipe works for whoever applies the recipe. So I have a chocolate cake recipe that you would do in the microwave that will be the best chocolate cake recipe ever. If I send it to you right now, I have no doubt that it works. The only thing I'm not sure of is if you will actually follow the recipe. And that's what we have with inside this community with Elite Marketing Pro. It's a proven system, and the system works for whoever works the system. So as you guys are hopping on, I'm going to say hi. Hi, Michael. Hi, Marilyn. Hi, Fran. Great to see you guys on here. So truth number 2 is gather some intelligence. So what do I mean by that? David was observing Goliath for quite a while. So what is the relevance for you and I in the online space, building our networks, building our businesses, our home business, affiliate business? Gather some intelligence. On which websites are you hanging out? Are you looking at the people that you aspire to be like? And when you admire someone, make sure they are ahead of you, because you want to strive towards something. You don't want to go backwards. So when you are following someone, make sure that they have and they do what you actually want to accomplish. So be observant like David was observing Goliath before he actually went in for the kill. What groups are you hanging out on online? Are you checking out the people that you admire? Are you looking at their fan pages? Are you looking at their websites to understand what they are doing? So if you are familiar with the David and Goliath story, just give me a thumbs up in the comments box, and we'll go through the next couple of points. So point number 3, disrupt the status quo. So what did David do? Everyone was expecting David to show up with a shield and a spear, because that's what you would typically go to war with, especially if it's a giant. Would you agree? Well, David came with a slingshot and a few pebbles. So how can you disrupt the industry that you're in? And I find it fascinating when some of the industry leaders and companies are making comments to say they are disrupting the supply chain by just bringing the end consumer closer to the manufacturer. That's not disruption. That's just cutting out a middleman. What does disruption mean? Disruption is what Elite Marketing Pro has done to the network marketing industry. By cutting out old school methods, bringing and revamping new methodologies that is more relevant to what people are needing right now and how people want to build their business. Just think about Uber, just think about Airbnb. Those are truly disruptive figures in the marketplace. So they revamped the whole industry. So when you talk about a disruptive company at the moment who's disrupting the whole industry, that is exactly what Elite Marketing Pro is doing by getting systems and processes in place to assist network marketers to be successful in the marketplace out there. Because let's be very honest, how many people are truly successful in the industry? Very few. And Elite Marketing Pro has it as one of its missions to make sure they equip the industry in order to be successful. So Fran is hopping on. If you're familiar with the analogy, give me a thumbs up. I see there's quite a couple of comments coming in. Michael says, gather some intelligence. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Hi, Nicole. Yeah, great stuff. Only 1% is successful, Michael. Yep, you're very spot on. You're definitely spot on. So the truth number 4 is cutting edge. So when David was attacking Goliath, everyone expected him to have a shield and a spear for close combat. However, he chose to use a slingshot, which has a distance ratio in it. Because he was a lot smaller than Goliath, he knew that he couldn't get close to him because then the game would be over. So how does cutting edge play a role in our industry? Well, technology levels the playing field. But that has been done. That has been accomplished. Cutting edge technology plus systems and processes, that gives you the unfair recruiting advantage. And that is what Elite Marketing Pro has in place. So they are on the cutting edge of every single new technology, every new system and procedure, and they do all the heavy lifting for you and I in this community in order to focus on the one primary thing that you and I want to focus on, and that's to build our business. But if you generate hundreds and thousands of leads a month and you do not have systems and processes in place, that's just an admin nightmare. So Elite Marketing Pro has disrupted the industry. They are at the cutting edge of technology, making available systems, procedures, and the technology in the back office that you and I have access to in order for us to focus on, process number 1, and that's to build our businesses. So what would number 5 be in the truths? That would be go for the jugular. So when David was attacking Goliath, let me just see who else is hopping on here. Hi, Tracy, great to see you. So when David was attacking Goliath, did he go for the wrist? Did he give him a slap on the wrist? Did he give him a pat on the back and try and see if he can knock him over? No. He went for the bullseye right between the eyes where it was a weak spot and he could take him out instantly. So what is the relevance for you and I? Get as close as possible to the source. Most people, and as a coach, I see this on a daily basis, people struggle to get going because they are looking at all the shiny objects out there. So every single company tries to be like Elite Marketing Pro. And you will hear people say, yeah, we are just the same, just better. So when a company is the benchmark, know for a fact they are the benchmark for a reason. And when you are the closest to the source where the information is coming from, where did attraction marketing start? It started with Tim Irway. And what Tim, Matt, and Fernie has put together for you and I as affiliates in this program, for you and I as network marketers, home-based business owners, you and I have access to the source. We can plug in at the source and make sure we get all the information out that we need to build our business. When you narrow down your niche, that's when you start honing in. That's when you are going for the jugular. As opposed to when you look at old traditional network marketing, brainstorming a list of 100 names, hoping and praying someone is open to having a chat to you, that's just throwing mud at the wall and hope and pray that something is sticking. It does not work. And let's be honest, how many of you and I, how many of you out there are actually in the mood to build old school way anymore? That's why we are here. We need to use technology, but you cannot use technology if you're not properly trained, you're not plugged into a system, and there's no system and process in place. That's why we partner with Elite Marketing Pro. What I can also tell you, what we find is so many people are following 10, 12, 15 people out there in the industry. They get all the information, watch video after video after video. But here's what I can tell you from personal experience, going through the process like most of you in this community. Watching a video makes you a great video watcher. What Tim, Matt, and Fernie would like to see is the most profitable people in the community. They want to see you and I profitable. So it doesn't make sense to just watch video after video, whether it's just within this community or if you are following 15 people out here. Here's what I can tell you: without clarity, there's no sense of urgency. You will always feel like you are treading in peanut butter. So if I can make a suggestion, limit who you are following. Pick the 2 or 3 top guys that you relate with, that you feel is congruent with who you are and the message you want to bring across. Follow them, learn from them. And number 1, in my personal opinion, should be EMP. When you are following what Elite Marketing Pro is doing, what the community is doing, how they are cleaning up our industry, and how they are moving people forward in order to be successful, that's the first one, in my opinion, that you and I should follow, and then the rest. Truth number 6. Corin is saying, Corin has joined. So Michael says, yeah, go for the jugular. I like that, Michael. That's how I feel as well. That's how you ended. This is how I ended up here. Absolutely. Focus is critical, but you have to focus on action. Yeah. Can't just be a watcher. Absolutely. You are right, Beth. So point number 6, partner with a major leaguer. What does that mean? So you have to take some risks. That's unfortunately part of being an entrepreneur. There is no safe play. Because I can ask you today, and I want you to answer this question and maybe drop it in the box for me. Are you playing to win, really? Or are you playing not to lose? Because it sounds similar, but there's a big difference in mentality, the way you go out there, the way you attack it. The actions are different. Are you playing to win, or are you playing not to lose? That's a question you and I need to answer, and we have to answer it very regularly. Because it's very easy to steer away from what it is you want, especially when it gets tough. So what did David do? Would you agree he took some risks? Who expected that little boy with a slingshot to kill a giant with a shield and a spear? Everyone must have thought, you are crazy. They all fell back. They didn't want any part of it. But here's the thing. When the victory was there, everyone wanted to be around him. Everyone wanted to be a part of it. Because here's the truth. Every single person wants to be the David after the victory. It doesn't work like that. You have to go through the struggle. You have to have the guts. Then comes the victory. You cannot just sign up for the victory, guys. You and I need to really step out there and take some risks and bet on ourselves and on our families to say, I'm going to go for the jugular because I want to be the David. And I don't want to be the wannabe David. I want to be the David that goes for the jugular, wins goes for the victory, and then everyone says, wow, isn't that person lucky? No, that person took a risk. That person put themselves out there. So what will you experience when you decide to build online, when you decide to partner with a company like Elite Marketing Pro? I can share from personal experience, hostility, negativity, integrity being questioned. And one of our senior partners in this environment has gone through exactly the same. Probably a year ago, and again recently I saw, again, under attack. And what can you do? You have to live your life to your conviction. You cannot wonder and worry what other people are saying. They're going to talk about you regardless. So you have to play to win. So what does it mean for me? If I want to play to win, I have to be congruent to who I am. I need to partner with a big league player. And if I want to partner with someone who's disrupting the industry, who do I partner with? There's only one company to partner with because that's the company that's disrupting the industry. I need to get as close as possible to the source, have a coach, have a game plan, get into massive action, going for the jugular for me and my goals, not to impress anyone else, because I want to be the David that has the victory at the end. I don't want to just play not to lose and be part of the audience at the back of David. So I hope that has made sense. That has made sense for you. Success is always sweet once it's accomplished, but very seldom people look at the journey that people have taken. Take the Whit and Careys in our community, the Brandy Shaver, the Julie Burks. Look where they come from. Everybody loves the David and Goliath principle because the underdog that has the courage, has the fight in them, gone for the jugular, put in some massive work, partnered with the absolute major league in the industry. Look where they are today, 2 years later. And it is possible for you and I. Whoever wants it, there's a recipe, there's a system. Do you want to be a David, or are you going to be Goliath? The choice is yours, my friend. I hope you have a super, super weekend. And I'm off to coach a few people, and I love hanging out with you guys. I just quickly want to say goodbye to a few who's hopping on. Karen says, yes, I play to win. Catherine says, hi. Hi, Michael. Yes, great to have you guys on here. Have a super weekend. Remember, we'll be back Monday with more coaching and training in Elite Marketing Pros Community Daily Dose of Awesome at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Have a super weekend. Take care.